Logical reasoning and critical thinking are key skills for the LSAT, GRE and GMAT. And I think they're great brain training for any exam that you might be doing in life, forcing you to really think through and logic out what you're doing. And that's why I thought I'd take a moment to do that for a couple of these sample questions. I'm going to take a bit of time over them just to show you how I think about tackling these kind of questions. Okay, so question 1 here, and the link is in the description to more of these questions. Question 1. It looks like we have two people debating, Laird and Kim. Laird says, and I recommend that you read slowly in order to understand. Don't rush to the end. Yes, it'll take a bit more time, but your comprehension of the passage will be so much better. Laird says, pure research provides us with new technologies that contribute to saving lives. Yes, I agree. Even more worthwhile than this, however, is pure research's role in expanding our knowledge and providing new unexplored ideas. I personally would disagree with that. I think saving lives is the bigger aim, but okay, this person thinks that expanding knowledge is the ultimate aim. Notice here how I'm critically engaging. I'm not just treating it like a text on a page. I'm treating it almost like a living conversation between the page and me, and it forces your brain to engage so much more and encourages you to think a lot more critically. Anyway, that's Laird's perspective. Kim, your priorities are mistaken. Saving lives is what counts most of all. I agree, Kim. Without pure research, medicine would not be as advanced as it is. So she's emphasizing that medicine and saving lives is what's most important. And then the question comes up. Laird and Kim disagree on whether pure research. Now, what do? We predict an answer before we look at the answer choices. It's the best way of answering logical reasoning, critical reasoning passages. And what do I think here? What do you think? I think they disagree about the ultimate purpose of pure research. I haven't actually looked at the answers here. I'm just giving you my honest opinion about where they disagree. I think Kim thinks the ultimate purpose of pure research is to save lives, and Laird thinks the ultimate purpose is to push the frontiers of our knowledge. That would be my answer. So now I'm looking for the answer choice A through E that best matches my prediction. Of course, there's a chance that none of them match my prediction, in which case I'd have to reevaluate. But let's see. So, do they disagree on whether pure research derives its significance in part from providing new technologies? I don't think so, because new technologies isn't really the focus of their disagreement. Let me give you my reasoning for each of these incorrect answers. Obviously, in the real test, I would skip over much more quickly, but let's discuss it a bit more. There's two reasons I don't like A. First, new technology isn't so much the debate. It was the debate between knowledge versus saving lives. Second, they're modifying the answer to say, does it derive its significance in part from that? Well, both of them might agree that it derives in part its significance from that, but the bigger significance is something else. So I don't think they disagree that in part, like in a small part, yes, providing new technologies is helpful. So for those two reasons, I don't think A is where they disagree. Do they disagree on whether pure research expands the boundaries of our knowledge? They don't disagree about whether it expands the boundaries. They disagree about whether that's the ultimate purpose. Kim doesn't come along and say, no, we don't expand the boundaries of our knowledge. Pure research doesn't help us to expand our knowledge of medicine. No, they don't disagree about that. She just says that expanding our knowledge isn't the ultimate purpose, it's saving lives. So that's why I don't agree with B. C, should have the saving of human lives as an important goal. That's a tempting answer, but again, no for me. Because Laird wouldn't say that saving human lives isn't important. He would just say it's not the most important goal. So there's a subtle difference there. I think they would agree that saving lives is an important goal. They just disagree about whether it is the ultimate goal, whether it is what counts most of all. So that's why I think C is wrong. And I can see already D looks good. Does pure research has its most valuable achievements in medical applications? That's the key debate. What is the most valuable goal, purpose, or achievement for pure research? That is what they were disagreeing over. Yes, Kim thinks it's medical applications. Laird thinks it's expanding our knowledge. So D is, for me, clearly the correct answer. Finally, E. Does pure research have any value apart from its role in providing new technologies? They don't disagree that there are other values that pure research has. They just debate which one is the most important. Also, new technologies isn't, again, the focus. I just wanted to sketch out with this question how I think about logical reasoning passages and critical reasoning passages. I really try to read slowly, critically engage, and predict an answer. And I do think, as ever, practice makes perfect, which is why I'm going to do another question, because it really trains your brain to think in the right way. Of course, there is an explanation here, and they explain that D is right, and you can read that explanation using the link, but I'm going to be moving on to another question. Okay, again, I haven't seen the answer here, but I'm going to try to use the same habits to get this one right. How am I going to read this? Slowly and by critically engaging. We have an executive. We recently ran a set of advertisements in the print version of a travel magazine, okay? And on that magazine's website. Sounds good. We were unable to get any direct information about consumer response to the print ads, so they don't know how well it went. However, we found that consumer response to the ads on the website was much more limited than is typical for website ads. Damn, didn't work our campaign, at least on the website. We concluded that consumer response to the print ads was probably below par as well. What do I think? You don't necessarily know that. Maybe the print ads did better than you think. Just because the web ads didn't do that well doesn't mean that the print ads also didn't do that well. And now they ask me, the executive's reasoning does which of the following? So I've already predicted my answer just then. I think the reasoning is flawed because it falsely equates website with print response. Anyway, let's find out which best answers that. A, does it base a prediction of the intensity of a phenomenon on information about the intensity of that phenomenon's cause? Does it base a prediction on the intensity of a phenomenon on information about the cause? This isn't a question about cause versus effect. This is a question about comparing two different effects. So no, the intensity of this debate is not about whether one thing causes another thing. We're not debating how intensely we run the ads and how intense the response is. We're debating about the format in which we run the ad and whether those formats can be equated. So not A. B, uses information about the typical frequency of events of a general kind to draw a conclusion about the probability of a particular event. No. The executive doesn't say, well, in general, print ads go well, so here print ads should go well. The executive never makes a generality like that. Never says that, oh, in this whole industry, this tactic doesn't work, and so it hasn't worked for us. No, it's focused on specifically their print ads and their web ads. I don't think there's any events of a general kind in this question. So not B. C, infers a statistical generalization from claims about a large number of specific instances. Definitely not. There are not a large number of specific instances in this question. There's just literally one ad campaign on the print and one ad campaign on the website. There are not a large number of specific instances, and also the executive is not making a generalization. The executive is not saying that because we've done 20 campaigns that went well, we're going to generalize and say all of our campaigns are going well. No, there's no generalization here, like I said about B. D, uses a case in which direct evidence is available to draw a conclusion about an analogous case in which direct evidence is unavailable. The perfect answer. We have direct evidence about the website, and the executive is saying, oh, because of that evidence, we're going to draw a conclusion about a comparable, analogous case, which is the print ads, in which we don't have direct evidence. We don't know how it went. That's exactly what the executive is doing. Making a conclusion about another thing based on a comparable or analogous case. The executive is saying the print ads probably didn't go well because the web ads didn't go well. D is the perfect answer. Just quickly, E, bases a prediction about future events. No, we're not talking about future events here. We're talking about existing campaigns, so E is wrong. Today, I just wanted to dip my toe into logical reasoning passages that come up in the LSAT, which are very similar to critical reasoning passages in the GRE and GMAT, and do a deeper dive on a couple of questions rather than cover a lot. However, I really enjoyed it, so if you enjoyed it at all as well, please do let me know in the comments, and I'm going to do many more such videos. Thank you for watching.